You just met someone. They told you their name, and it's already gone. Not fuzzy, not on the tip of your tongue. Just completely erased, like your brain heard the sound and immediately threw it in the trash. And the embarrassing part isn't even the forgetting. It's the next 15 seconds of pure theater you're about to perform, subtly scanning the room, hoping someone else says their name first, or that your phone rings, or honestly, that something, anything, saves you. If that's you, what I'm about to explain will completely change how you see yourself. Here's what's actually happening inside your brain when you meet someone new. Your prefrontal cortex, the brain's short-term working memory, is juggling 6 things simultaneously. Reading their face, calculating the social dynamic, monitoring your own posture and eye contact, already planning what you're going to say next. And into that chaos, someone hands you a single arbitrary sound, their name. Hi, I'm Kevin. Kevin, okay. Here's the problem. Kevin means absolutely nothing to your brain. It doesn't trigger an image, a story, a feeling, an association. It just floats there, completely isolated, in a brain that is already overwhelmed, and within seconds, it's gone. This isn't carelessness. This is your brain doing exactly what it was designed to do, ignoring things that don't connect to anything. And psychologists have actually proven this. In 1987, researchers discovered something called the Baker-Baker paradox. 2 groups of people were shown the same photo of the same man. One group was told his last name was Baker. The other group was told he worked as a baker. Days later, the people who learned the job remembered it far more easily than the people who learned it as a name. Same word, completely different retention. Why? Because baker as a job lights up your entire memory network. Flour, warm bread, early mornings, the smell of something rising in an oven. As a name, it activates nothing. Names, by their very nature, are semantically empty. And your brain, efficient machine that it is, doesn't hold on to empty things. But here's where it gets more personal. And this is the part most people don't want to admit. A lot of chronic name forgetters aren't distracted because they don't care. They're distracted because they care too much. While the other person is saying their name, there's a second voice already running inside your head. Am I making enough eye contact? Too much? Is this handshake weird? Did I just interrupt them? Do they even like me? Psychologists call this the next in line effect, first documented in 1973. When your brain is already rehearsing the next thing to say, it literally cannot encode what it's currently hearing. You weren't absent from that conversation. You were too present in your own head. So here's the reframe. You don't have a memory problem. You have a preoccupation problem. Those are completely different things, and only one of them says anything real about who you are. Now let me tell you what people who forget names are actually like as thinkers. They remember everything else. The specific thing you said that surprised them. The look on your face when something landed. What you were quietly going through when you mentioned it offhand at the end of a sentence. Ask them what someone was wearing at a party 3 years ago. They might actually tell you. Ask them the name of the person standing right next to them. Blank. Because their brain was busy cataloging something far more interesting than a label. This isn't a flaw in the mind. This is a different cognitive architecture, one that is better suited for emotional attunement, for deep listening, for the kind of presence that makes people feel genuinely understood, and worse suited for storing the single least interesting fact about a person, the arbitrary sound their parents picked before they'd done a single thing worth remembering. Now, does this mean you're stuck with it? No. 2 things that actually work. And they work because they do manually what your brain refuses to do automatically. First, say their name back immediately out loud. Not in your head, out loud. Nice to meet you, Kevin. That one repetition forces your brain to encode it instead of just letting it pass through. Second, link the name to something visual. Think of someone you already know with that name, or find something in their face or personality that sounds like it. You're building a bridge, one your brain wouldn't build on its own, but will hold once it exists. That's it. No memory palace, no complicated system, just those two things. Here's what I want you to actually take from this. You are not careless. You are not rude. You are not less intelligent than people who remember every name in the room. You are someone whose brain throws everything it has at understanding a person, their energy, their story, the way they say things, and quietly, without asking you, decides that the name was the least important part of the whole interaction. And in most cases, it was right. Drop a comment below. Do you forget names but remember faces? Or is it the other way around? I'm genuinely curious which is more common. And if this explains something you've been quietly wondering about yourself for years, share it with one person in your life who needs to hear it.